If you're watching this right now, and let's be honest, you're probably simultaneously scrolling through 3 other apps while watching some video game on split screen, you may be suffering from brain rot. The diagnosis is not great. Your attention span is shorter than a goldfish's memory, which is actually quite impressive and not in a good way. Your screen time, well, let's say if screen time were an exercise, you'd be an Olympic athlete. So here's the uncomfortable truth. We didn't just wake up one day and decide to become digital zombies. It was a slow, insidious process, kind of like how you don't notice your posture gradually deteriorating until you suddenly look like a question mark with legs. The modern internet landscape has masterfully engineered itself to keep us coming back for more over and over again. Every social media platform now has its version of short-form content carefully designed to hook into our brain's reward system like a digital fishhook. These platforms aren't just serving content, they're serving addiction on a silver platter, garnished with algorithms and sprinkled with infinite scrolling. The average phone pickup now lasts about 10 seconds. Yes, you heard that right, 10 seconds. That's barely enough time to remember why you picked up your phone in the first place. We're essentially playing hot potato with our attention spans, except the potato is our productivity, and we're really bad at catching. So at the heart of brain rot relies a biochemical culprit, and that is dopamine desensitization. Dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, is like the DJ at the party of life, spinning tracks that make everything from savoring chocolate to achieving a milestone feel much more rewarding. But in the age of infinite scrolling and dopamine hits on demand, the DJ has gone rogue, overplaying the same cheap beats until we're too numb to dance. Modern technology has essentially hacked the system, creating an environment where dopamine is dispensed at the speed of a swipe. Every notification, like, and short-form video is meticulously designed to trigger a spike in dopamine, conditioning our brains to seek more of the same. But here's the kicker. The more dopamine you chase, the less impactful each hit becomes over time. Over time, the brain adjusts, requiring even higher levels of stimulation to achieve the same reward. Enter dopamine desensitization, where even genuinely fulfilling activities like reading, learning, or having meaningful conversations start to feel like watching paint dry. This desensitization is why a 2-minute video feels engaging, but a 15-minute documentary feels like a marathon. It's why we multitask to the point of absurdity, thinking we're being productive, while really just flooding our brains with fragmented stimuli. It's also why many of us feel perpetually restless, jumping from app to app, searching for something that we can no longer define. Imagine dopamine like candy, and your phone is the world's most efficient candy dispenser. Each scroll or tap delivers a sugary hit, but instead of savoring it, you binge, leaving your brain overstimulated and your attention span running on empty calories. Over time, this hyper-availability rewires your brain, making it harder to focus, think deeply, or find satisfaction in the slower, subtler joys of life. The problem isn't that dopamine is bad. Without it, we'd never feel motivated to do anything. The problem is that our digital environments have turned it into an addictive substance. Our brains are stuck in a feedback loop, chasing instant gratification at the expense of long-term well-being. But here's where it gets interesting. And by interesting, I mean slightly depressing. The real problem isn't actually the content itself. Short-form videos can't physically reach through your screen and force you to watch them, although I'm sure that's probably in development somewhere in Silicon Valley. The real brain rot is the belief that we're helpless against these digital sirens. We've convinced ourselves that we're merely passive participants in our own lives, as if we're all just leaves floating down the stream of content, occasionally bumping into a TikTok dance or a life hack video that suggests using toilet paper as a phone speaker. This mindset is the true pandemic. It's the belief that we're not in control, that these inanimate objects and algorithms have somehow gained sentience and are forcing us to waste hours of our lives watching people pour milk into cereal in reverse. The truth is, we have far more control than we think. We've just forgotten how to exercise it. Okay, I'm done rambling now, let's talk some solutions. First, let's start with mental posture, a concept that's as crucial as it is overlooked. Think of your mental posture like your physical posture, except instead of your spine, it's your brain that's slouching. Most of us start our days in what I call the digital lounging position, mentally horizontal, scrolling through content like we're panning for gold in a river of mediocrity. The key is to start your day with intention. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone like it's life support system, try something radical. Do nothing. Just sit there with your morning coffee, listening to the sounds of your thoughts, which is terrifying, I know, and actually planning your day. This leads us to the great digital purge, a necessary step in reclaiming your mental clarity. It's time to Marie Kondo your digital life, but instead of asking if things spark joy, ask if they spark an endless void of procrastination. Your phone doesn't need 7 different social media apps to stay connected. And those notifications, they're like that overeager friend who updates you on every minute and every detail of their life. Unnecessary and slightly exhausting. Your PDF scanner doesn't need to notify you about its existence, and your weather app doesn't need to tell you it's raining when you can literally look out the window. Remember reality? That place where things exist in 3 dimensions and you can't filter them? It's time to reacquaint yourself with that. Physical activity isn't just about maintaining your body, it's about grounding yourself in the tangible world. When you're playing sports, hiking, or even walking around your neighborhood with your dog, you're engaging with life in its most authentic form. These activities pull you into the present moment, making it harder for digital distractions to hijack your attention. So with this, we need a good old algorithm detox. Think of your algorithm like a pet you've accidentally trained to bring you junk food instead of the newspaper. At first it was amusing, now it's just sad and slightly concerning. Time for some serious retraining here. When you encounter brain rot content, treat it like that ex you've been avoiding at the grocery store. Scroll past swiftly, decisively, and without eye contact. Instead, start engaging with content that actually enriches your life. This doesn't mean you have to dive headfirst into quantum physics documentaries, although they are pretty interesting, but it does mean being intentional about what you consume. Curate your feed like you're planning a dinner party for your brain. Educational content, thought-provoking discussions, and skill-building resources should be your staple dishes, with entertainment as the dessert, not the main course. This isn't about banishing fun, it's about creating a balanced digital diet that leaves your mind energized instead of feeling bloated. The goal here isn't to transform into some hyper-productive cyborg who never enjoys a meme or a silly video. It's about making sure your algorithm knows the difference between what feeds your curiosity and what drains your attention. Over time, this retraining will turn your digital ecosystem into a place where your brain can thrive. A virtual garden, not a landfill. And with that, you have to set some boundaries. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're about creating spaces where your attention can flourish undistracted. Your phone doesn't belong in every situation or location. The shower, despite what some people think, is not an appropriate place for scrolling through social media. And no, your loofah does not need Wi-Fi. The dinner table should be reserved for dining and conversation, not for refreshing your notifications every 2 bites. And your bed? It's for sleeping, not conducting a midnight investigation into who's liking your ex's vacation photos. These boundaries aren't arbitrary rules dreamt up by some anti-fun committee. They are protective barriers for your mental clarity and focus. They create conditions for you to fully engage in the present moment, which, contrary to popular belief, still exists outside of a screen. When you're having a conversation with someone, being fully present isn't just polite, it is revolutionary. Eye contact and genuine engagement signal to the other person, I care. And perhaps most importantly, I'm not checking my fantasy football stats while you pour your heart out. These moments of undivided attention are where meaningful human connection thrives. And it's where your brain gets to remember it's part of a social species, not a scrolling machine. So draw those lines unapologetically, protect the sanctity of your shower thoughts, your dinner conversations, and your much needed sleep. Your brain and your relationships will thank you. So in our hyper-connected world, we've developed an almost pathological aversion to boredom. Every moment of downtime is seen as an opportunity to consume more content, check more notifications, or scroll through more feeds. But these moments of idleness are crucial for mental processing, creativity, and emotional regulation. When you have a few minutes between activities, resist the urge to immediately reach for your phone. Instead, let your mind wander. Notice your surroundings. Process your thoughts. Practice being present without digital validation. These moments of boredom are actually opportunities for mental reset and creative thinking. Think of idleness as a workout for your brain, one that doesn't involve a subscription fee or uncomfortable yoga pants. Idle moments allow your brain's default mode network to activate a neural state linked to self-reflection, problem solving, and daydreaming. It's the same mental space where your best ideas tend to emerge, often in the shower or during a walk in nature. Why deprive yourself of your next genius thought because you couldn't resist a cat video? Reclaiming idleness requires a conscious rebellion against the dopamine onslaught we've been having. And start small. The next time you're in line for a coffee, don't pull out your phone. Look around, notice the barista expertly working the espresso machine, or how someone's trying to figure out the tap to pay function like it's rocket science. These small acts of observation reconnect you with the world and with yourself. And remember, doing nothing is not the same as doing nothing important. It's a vital reset button in your brain, hidden in plain sight. So the next time you catch yourself bored, embrace it. Let your mind idle. It's not laziness, it is maintenance. So brain rot isn't just a digital problem, it is a lifestyle issue. Your brain's health is intrinsically connected to your physical well-being. A diet consisting mainly of delivery app impulse purchases isn't going to provide the nutrients your brain needs for optimal function. Exercise shouldn't be limited to thumb movements and occasional stretches to reach the remote. And those sleep patterns that would make a vampire concerned, they're not doing your cognitive function any favors. A holistic approach to fighting brain rot involves nourishing your body with proper nutrition, engaging in regular physical activity, and of course maintaining healthy sleep patterns. Research has shown that omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and B vitamins play crucial roles in cognitive function. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, promotes neuroplasticity. And of course, quality sleep, it's like a daily maintenance session for your neural networks. And now let's talk a little bit about AI. So as artificial intelligence continues to evolve, we face a new challenge: maintaining our mental capabilities while leveraging technological advancements. Yes, AI can calculate faster, write more eloquently, and process more information efficiently than we can ourselves. Relying on it completely is like using a calculator for basic arithmetic. Might be efficient, but it's not helping you maintain and develop your cognitive abilities. The key is to find a balance. Use technology as a tool, not as a replacement for your own mental capabilities. Challenge yourself to solve problems, write messages, and think critically without immediately reaching for digital assistance. Your brain, like any other organ, needs regular exercise to maintain its functionality. And recovering from brain rot isn't just an overnight process, it's more like rehabilitating a muscle that's been active for too long. Take some time, consistency, and patience. The goal here isn't just to completely eliminate digital media from your life, but to develop a healthier relationship with it. Start with some small changes. Designate specific times for checking social media, create phone-free zones in your house, or set aside dedicated periods for focused work without any digital distractions. Build these habits gradually, and don't beat yourself up over occasional lapses. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. So as we navigate this increasingly digital world, it's crucial to remember that we are not passive victims of technology, but active participants in our digital lives. Brain rot isn't terminal, but it requires some conscious effort and intentional living to overcome. The next time you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone, remember, your brain is like a muscle, except it can't take selfies at the gym. Treat it with respect, feed it well, and maybe, just maybe, give it a break from the digital buffet every once in a while. And if all else fails, there's always the nuclear option, getting a good old flip phone, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. All right, my friend, that is it. Let me know how brain rot is affecting your life, and let me know if you have any other video suggestions, and I'll catch you in the next one.